Attention to the House. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you very much. My first name is Walter. It's a name of German origin. It means ruler of the army or commander. My surname is Nene. It's a Shona term. It means town crier. And I'll be your moderator. I will begin by calling Mr. Eric Nodza to give us welcome remarks. Mr. Eric.
Maybe it's in America.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us today for our launch, the launch of the Lithium Association of Zimbabwe. At the front here we have our panel for the day. So I will begin with introductions, starting from the far left. We have Major Martin Matoy, who is a committee member for the province of Masvingo. And then next to him, we have Bridget Ngundu, who is the Secretary for Inbound and Local Affairs. And then next to her, we have Mr. Hilary Vela, who is the president of the Lithium Association of Zimbabwe. And then right next to me here, we have Sandra, who is the Secretary for Administration. And then, last but not least, you have myself, Eric Nodza, who is the Secretary General for the association. So this is our panel for today. And now I will hand over to the President for opening remarks.
Okay, good afternoon, guys. Thank you for coming. But I would have preferred to start with a prayer. So I think one of us can do a prayer for us before we start. Mr. Nodza, you can pray for us.
All right, let's pray. Lord, Heavenly Father, I thank you for this day. I thank you for giving us this wonderful opportunity, Lord. I pray, may you be with us and may you bless this event. May all things run smoothly. May you be with us today. In Jesus Christ's name, Lord, I pray. Amen.
Thanks so much. Okay. So guys, I would like to thank you once again for gracing this occasion. For me, it's very important. Some of the lithium players right now in Vic Falls for the symposium, which we are also supposed to attend. But due to this commitment, we chose to say let's delegate some guys to Vic Falls, some guys here in Harare. So I'll start by introducing the structure that we have for Lithium Association of Zimbabwe. Starting from myself, the president, we also have the vice president, which we shall advise, and we have the secretary general, which is Mr. Nodza. We have a secretary for international affairs and marketing, which is Adam Marquis, is in absence, and we have secretary for inbound and local coordination, local affairs. That's Bridget, which is here. We have Sandra here, who is the secretary for administration, and for the meantime, she's also running a secretary for legal affairs. We have provinces, various provinces from across Zimbabwe. We have Bikita, which is in Masvingo province. It's going to also touch a bit of Manika land because our provinces are more of like lithium provinces. So we are looking into areas where there is lithium, and that's how we are dividing our provinces. So Mtoko province shall have Mashonaland East and part of Manika land, which stretches to Nyanga. And Gwanda is going to cover Matabeleland South, Bulawayo, Matabeleland North. And then we have Mberengwa to cover the Midlands. In this structure also, we are going to be working with what we call the advisory and consultative board stakeholder, who are stakeholders in the lithium value chain. And that includes the MMCZ, that includes ZIDA, Ministry of Mines, ZIMRA, the RDCs, and we are also going to be working with the special economic zones, our security forces, including the ZDF, the CIO, the ZRP, all these to facilitate the advisory and consultative boards. So today's speech is going to highlight on 3 matters that we have, and starting with our vision. So as Lithium Association of Zimbabwe, we want to be the voice of the lithium industry and to represent the interests of all parties in the lithium value chain within the Republic of Zimbabwe. And we want to promote sustainability and environmentally friendly mining practices within our country, in line with the recently launched Responsible Mining Initiative, which the objective to ensure all mining operations are conducted in accordance to our country's laws. This was recently launched by the president, our president, Emmerson Mnangagwa, some few weeks ago. And we want to be also, that's a vision that we have to be also the National Authority on Lithium in the Republic of Zimbabwe. I should also mention that we are affiliates of Zimbabwe Mining Federation, because we believe that if we work collectively, our objectives will be much more realized. So now I'm going into the objectives of the association. Our main objectives is to promote a sustainable, responsible future for the lithium value chain within Zimbabwe, working in conjunction with Ministry of Mines and Mining Developments and MMCZ. And we want to be the bridge between local miners, investors, merchants, and any other stakeholders in the lithium value chain with the government of the Republic of Zimbabwe through relevant line ministries to clarify and communicate government policies in respect of lithium to local Zimbabwean players, international investors, media houses, and any other interested parties from time to time, to monitor and ensure the enforcement of the threshold pricing regime for all lithium miners within the Republic of Zimbabwe, working closely in consultation with the Mineral Marketing Corporation of Zimbabwe, to formulate and enhance efforts for communities to benefit from lithium resources in provinces where mining activities are being carried out by way of CSR, community ownership trusts, and employment quotas, to lobby for fair market value for exporters of lithium in all of its forms across the value chain, again working closely in consultation with the MMCZ, to identify, consider, deliberate, and where necessary, act on issues of common interest to local lithium miners, investors, government, and any interested stakeholders in the lithium value chain, to cultivate a strong relationship between the players in the mining industry, the government of the Republic of Zimbabwe, and all stakeholders in the lithium value chain, to ensure and intensify the contribution of lithium towards sustainable development, to organize, advise, and submit policy positions and recommendations on issues affecting the lithium industry, to encourage sustainable development through responsible mining practices that are environmentally friendly. The President of the Republic of Zimbabwe recently launched the Responsible Mining Initiative in an effort to combat mining activities in Zimbabwe, to provide a forum and a platform for the interchange of ideas, experience, policy issues surrounding the lithium value chain, to work closely with the Ministry of Mines and Mining Development to regulate and process paperwork for unlicensed local miners in order to enable the miners to contribute to the national fiscus and therefore enrich their local communities through responsible mining practices, to provide consultant service, recommendations and guidance in respect of joint venture agreements between local lithium miners and investors, and to provide legal guidance to adjudicate disputes in respect of lithium claims. So this is the vision, this is the objectives that we have as the Lithium Association of Zimbabwe. So I'm sure I've covered all the facts. Lithium is going to play an important role in the attaining and realization of Vision 2030 as our market economy leverages on our natural resources and abundant human skills. Zimbabwe is to become a middle-income economy by 2030. Lithium to be significant in the attainment of the 12 billion target worth of production is set by the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, President Emmerson Mnangagwa. The global boom in lithium is due to the rapid demand for batteries, green energy demand that have seized the world. This is the main news for the lithium. So these are facts that we have, and we should also remember that Zimbabwe is the largest lithium reserves in Africa and the 5th largest lithium reserve in the world. And it also has it's also estimated to have the highest number of lithium projects under exploration on the African continent. Global lithium production is expected to increase to 3 million metric tons by 2025 from the 540,000 tons in 2021. So we are looking forward to our country, Zimbabwe, to be a major player in the value chain, in the market share. That's our vision as well. So in conclusion, we are inviting members to join the association. Those who do not yet hold mining claims but interested in becoming part of the lithium value chain, as we have highlighted, that is an industry. So it's not limited to mining. It's also those who want to process, those who want to be merchants, and also those who own already the approved processing plants. So with this, I thank you, and I would like to open for question and answer.
Just a moment. The President is required for an interview with one publication which is about to leave, but you can come back just now.
Okay.
That was a joke. We can proceed. We can take questions. That was a joke. You can introduce yourself and then share your question. Yes.
Thank you. My name is Tapu Shambake from NR TV.
Okay.
Good job. You see, launching this association, young people on the panel, interesting, balance, gender. But my question is, we're having a major mining conference happening right now. Aren't you supposed to be a part of that initiative? You also push the agenda of the association there with other stakeholders, because you've got local and international players coming there.
Okay.
Why did you decide not to? Maybe you're going after this.
Yeah. We got an invitation. I'm sure you're not in when we started this year. So we actually announced that we are supposed to be attending. We got the invitation from the Chamber of Mines. Yes. So because we had made provisions already for the venue and modalities, we could not cancel. But we are with them, with our other members there. Yes.
Thank you. Next question.
My name is Kenneth with Music. I want you to ask that there's been so much conflict, especially looking at artisanal miners with regards to lithium, with the boom that's happening at the moment. Has the association looked into that, and what has been the findings in terms of what are the problems in regularization and ensuring that the artisanal miners are part of some sort of formal system with regards to BP?
Okay. Yeah, that's a very good question. Because what we represent mostly are the local miners. That's where we are the bridge between the local miners and the government. So recently there's been a boom in lithium, started in November, December. And there was a lot of irregularities that were occurring. And then the minister had to ban the export of lithium. And it affected the whole value chain. From the local miners, they no longer have the buyers. They no longer have the capacity to mine because there's no money inflow coming in. But as the association, we are going to be assisting the local miners to regularize, because we want to see them mining with their licenses in their hands. So I hope I've answered you correctly, or maybe there is something that I've left out.
It's okay.
Okay.
Yes, my name is Aniswa from CSL. You mentioned that you are an affiliate of Zimbabwe Miners Federation.
Yes.
How are you going to be working and what may be conflict of interest between the two organizations?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's another good question. Zimbabwe Miners Federation is it's a mother body which involves not only lithium, but it's also involved in gold and any other mineral that we have in the country. So for us as Lithium Association of Zimbabwe, we are going to work together because we are specialized with lithium, while they are a mother body of all other minerals. So we are in a better position to then coordinate together with them in terms of providing any other service that they may require as well, so that we will converge our efforts together. Yes.
As an association, we are in a sector that we see dominated with the Chinese. We've seen a lot of red flags in the operation of Chinese miners raised in different communities across the country. Are you helping with your working relations with the Chinese companies as an association, and are they critical partners in this specific sector?
Okay, yeah. The Chinese, the first fact that we have is they are the consumers of lithium. I think maybe it should be 80% of the lithium that is being mined globally is going to China. So these are the major players for lithium in the world. And our mandate as the association is to bring the Chinese investors here and to bring the local miners. Then we become a bridge to make sure that the local miner benefits from the transaction that would have happened between them and the Chinese. So it's part of our mandate, and it's part of what we want to lobby to the government to say our local miners must also benefit from the resource in their localized areas. Because we don't want a situation whereby the local people remain impoverished when there's a resource in their area. We want to see these Chinese people working together with the local people in those areas. So this is part of what we envision to do as an association.
Maybe lastly,
Yeah.
how are you going to ensure as an organization that you remain apolitical? You want to see a situation where no leader for China?
Is it?
How are you going to remain apolitical as an association?
Okay.
Where will you end up having maybe splinter groups, a lithium association for whoever and whoever?
Okay. On the political side, we are apolitical, and we are working with the government of the day, respecting the rules of the government. We are working with the Minister of Mines. We are working with MMCZ. We are working with ZMF. So our position as the association is going to align with the vision of the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, and it's also going to align with the vision of the Minister. And already we have the 12 billion economy vision that the Minister has highlighted since 2019 until today. And we are almost realizing that. But as we speak right now, lithium is poised to bring forward from the market $500 million towards the 12 billion economy. So together with the Vision 2030, these are the policies that align the Association of Zimbabwe, Lithium Association of Zimbabwe. If I answered correctly, or maybe you still have some?
I don't. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, I'm Rosita Kawida. I'm a conservation journalist, so you obviously know what I'm about to talk about.
Yeah.
Lithium mining obviously comes with some environmental impacts that it also comes along with. If you could just sort of talk to us about what you will be doing as an association to ensure that proper management and regulation is adhered to when these mining operations are to begin, and how you're going to be balancing that, how you're taking care of the environment while also still we've got economic development.
Okay, that's a very good question. If you noticed in our speech, you realize that we have pointed out more than maybe several times about the issue of environment. But what we want to see is a community remaining intact in terms of the processes in which they'll be using to mine. So this is the field in which we are working also with the stakeholder environmental management agents. This is part of what we're talking about in terms of this is part of what we're talking about in terms of the processing of paperwork. And this involved not only mining claims, it also involved it's involving also the issue to get the paperwork with EMA to regulate and make sure that everything is properly done in the mining practices. And it's very, very important. Hello? Oh, okay. You are free to.
My name is Annie Pamela from Daily News.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I came in late, but I've got a question which is quite similar to Ruby's on environment.
Okay.
Mine is between the farmers, farming land, and mining.
Okay.
What are you going to do as an association to protect people who are already perhaps farming on top of living?
Okay. That's a regulation that's in the Mines and Minerals Act. And as we speak, there's a bill that is in Parliament that is also looking into those matters, the balance between miners and farmers. So it's something that conflict has been existing for quite some time. And our lawmakers, they are working on that one as well. So it's about regulation from adhering to the principles of the Mines and Minerals Act. That's a policy issue in the Ministry of Mines.
Okay, Abraham?
This is just for clarity.
Okay.
At the beginning, you mentioned that you have a relationship with the security sector, which I can say, or maybe what is going to be there, or just for clarity?
Okay, right. This is what we call the advisory and consultative board, which is going to include the stakeholders. We have written letters to all these sectors. We are still formulating to work with all these I've read. So each and every one of them has their role. We talk of ZIMRA. ZIMRA is they are going to be in charge of the issues to do with taxes when we export our lithium. MMC said they are the regulators when it comes to licensing. ZIDA investments. Minister of Mines, the ZRP, there's issues of moving ores in between. So all these, it involves all these stakeholders. The special economic zones, there are areas that we feel that at some point they may require to be included as a special economic zones. So RDCs, these are community. We want to make sure that we are working with RDCs so that the local miners will benefit from the product, not just to take it out from Mutoko, then Mutoko remains impoverished. So this is what we are, that's the balance that we have.
Okay. Are there any further burning questions?
Yeah. Are there any programs that the association has put in place to help the community for value addition?
Okay, yeah. We are looking into that, as it is our main issue in terms of our mandate. This is what we are looking at. But we want to see our local miners beneficiating themselves, not only to take it to the Chinese approved processing plants, but for them to also beneficiate on their own. Like what happened with the gold sector, if you look closely, you find that initially people were taking their ores to the mills until people found ways to crush it on their own mines. So this is the vision that we also have as an association.
Are we good?
Yes.
Are we done and dusted for now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your time. Thank you, especially to McDonald for laughing at my joke. I would like to call upon a board member to give us a vote of thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, right. Your attention, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for this inaugural meeting where we are launching the lithium mine in Zimbabwe. We hope you will support us on our vision as we noted, and we thank you for even saying the publicity that you shall make to make sure that we grow. So as it stands, we are not growing alone, as we noted. We are saying we are starting now, but we have, say, a long journey. As you have noted, say, from, say, the chairman, he said, well, we are going to capacitate the people, right? And then that's why we are saying this, we need these other players, the Chinese, the locals, the community is going to be capacitated, and then it is going to be empowered. And this is why we said, on the value addition, this is where we do much of the beneficiation to the community, as has been outlined, say, by the chairman. So I want to thank you very much and make an appeal to you, if we can make noise to say, well, welcome, say, to Lithium Mining Association, and bring in as many people as we can. We have the capacity to help them as well. Small as we are, but we have, say, the big heads. Thank you very much.
In conclusion, I'd like to say thank you very much for your time. I know today is a very powerful day because a specific day for something in our country has been mentioned. Thank you for your time.